Hello everybody, and thank you for joining us at the DEI Innovation Summit. My name is Oona, my pronouns are she, hers. I head up DEI at Snap, that's diversity, equity and inclusion. And I want to acknowledge that today I'm standing here at Snap's HQ on land that belongs to the Chumash, Tongva and Kish peoples. Now, if you're one of the 20,000 people that tuned in last year to this summit, you know that you're in for a real treat because we like to think of this as the Davos for DEI. Wait, what? You're not a world leader. You know what? Come in anyway. As it happens, honestly, we're looking for leaders everywhere because the need is urgent. We really need you to speak up. We really need you to act because it's when times are tough that we need DEI advocates the most, and times are tough. Pandemics, wars, global warming, global recession, every news headline signals widening inequality. And when it's a fight for survival, DEI is often the first casualty. So we need DEI advocates armed with practical tools, incentives and inspiration. We all need an actual plan for change. And let's be honest, that's where it can get a little bit sketchy. It's where good intentions just evaporate. First, because let me guess, your urgent to-do list is on fire. Second, because your manager's urgent to-do list is on fire. And third, because even if you did get DI to the very top of your urgent to-do list, you're not actually sure what to do. That's why a group of experts met every other week for one full year to draw up a blueprint for DEI action called the ACT report, ACT, Action to Catalyze Tech. I had the privilege to chair that working group, and we published the ACT report at our first summit a year ago. Now, by the way, maybe you don't have an urgent to-do list, maybe you don't have a manager, in which case you are welcome to rejoice, I say as a manager, but you can still use the ACT report. Anyone can use it, whether you work in business or the non-profit or public sector, whether you work in tech or not. But first, let's take a leaf out of Dr. Martin Luther King's book. I mean, I know he's a really tough act to follow, but think for a moment about his history-making speech. You'll remember it was not called, "I have a 10-point plan," because that would not have filled majority groups with inspiration or minority groups with courage. Thing is, Martin Luther King did have a very good plan, but he knew inspiration comes first. That's how he changed history, and that's our starting point today. We want to inspire you because we have a big job for you. We need you to redesign systems, co-create solutions. We want everyone in the corporate world, and particularly those of us in tech, to recognize we have a deep responsibility to be good citizens. And then, most important of all, we want to explain how to operationalize equity. So stick around, please, for some answers, because what happens in tech fundamentally impacts rights and opportunities globally. Every day, countless algorithms are building a new 3D immersive reality, but many communities are already immersed in three-dimensional inequality. They need tech to break down inequality, not hardwire it in. We don't just need an ethical approach to do no harm, we need a values-based approach to do much better. After all, tech can help protect us from hate crime or encourage it, safeguard democracy or undermine it. As the ACT report points out, tech has a unique capacity and therefore unique responsibility to improve equity. As the ACT report states, companies must bring a business approach to inclusion and an inclusive approach to business. In other words, DEI and business strategies can no longer be separate because we know separate is never equal. The paradigm shift takes place when a company's DEI strategy is fully integrated into its business plan. We need our business strategy and our DEI strategy to be fully aligned. If not, nothing happens. We need the DEI plan integrated throughout the actual business plan. And if your company can't do that or won't do that, then truly, honestly, tell them not to bother. Don't bother with the press releases saying you don't like racism and sexism and every other ism. Don't bother with the statements saying you hope to do better, because hope is not a strategy. That's why we've all got to hold each other accountable and support the creation of an entity that does this at an industry level. That's what the ACT report calls for, and I'm delighted this work is well underway. The accountability mechanism will translate the vision and recommendations of the report into measurable collective action and help companies remain accountable. So, to act now and for more information, please visit actreport.com. And here at Snap, it's precisely because we do not have all the answers, I don't think anybody does, that we are funding this cross-industry accountability mechanism for its first 2 years. We believe that working collaboratively is how we'll find answers more quickly. And goodness knows, we need urgent progress. We hope what you hear today will inspire you, because inspiration leads to action. We also have incredible keynote speakers, the legendary Oscar-winning Geena Davis, star of the iconic movie Thelma and Louise, one of my personal heroes, and founder of the Geena Davis Institute on Gender in Media, which envisages film and television creators dramatically increasing the numbers of women characters and reducing the gender stereotypes that are everywhere. And also one of the hottest talents in Hollywood, star of the film Nope and host of Password, Emmy Award-winning Kiki Palmer, who most recently launched her own digital network, Key TV, that will spotlight a new generation of diverse creators. We also have a legend from the disability rights movement who was behind landmark legislation in America, and we have chief diversity officers and leaders from companies like Twitter, Google, Uber, Spotify, Pinterest, Salesforce, and many, many more. Oh, and more than anything, we have a dream that one day all children will have the same chance of a career in tech, the same chance of success. So we just need to get it to the top of your urgent to-do list and your managers. So download the report, actreport.com. Yes, do that now, whether you're a CEO, a manager, an intern, or even one of those cheeky world leaders. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for your time, and above all, thank you for your commitment to ACT. Now, over to you, Jim. And by the way, Jim Hyington and our esteemed panel of Chief Diversity Officers have got so much knowledge and insight. They're here to talk about the importance of sharing DEI data. And in case you don't think that is the most interesting topic you ever heard, let me just say that if you get a grip on data, all else will follow.